Alright guys, welcome back to Video Game Leaks. So as you guys know, High on Life was a pretty hot topic in the gaming community last year thanks to its larger-than-life personality, as well as the association with one of the biggest comedy writers of the 21st century. But when it comes to the sales numbers, it wasn't on the level of some other first-person shooter games, but that doesn't quite mean it was a total failure, and actually it seems the developer and publisher Squanch Games turned a hefty profit on it, which prompted rumors of a sequel being greenlit. In today's video, we're going to be going over everything we know about a potential High on Life sequel, including when you can expect to get your hands on it and just what it will contain compared to the first. So let us know in the comments what you thought about the first High on Life, drop a like, and let's get into it. Now, in case you somehow missed it, High on Life was a comedic first-person shooter released in December of 2022 on the Xbox and PC. It was an indie title created by a small studio called Squanch Games, which was founded by the co-creator of Rick and Morty. Obviously, we know the situation with the Rick and Morty co-founder, and he has since left Squanch Games, but as you'd expect, the game featured a colorful art style and tons of humor that would fit right in on Adult Swim, and while some players found it obnoxious and overdone, others found it to be a breath of fresh air in the rather stale modern FPS market. High on Life landed mostly average reviews from both critics and gamers, but it was a financial success, quickly becoming the most played game on the Xbox Game Pass market and peaked at number 4 in the charts overall. In addition to its success on Xbox, High on Life was the top-selling game on Steam for a while, so it's safe to say that it was a successful endeavor. Now, while a sequel to High on Life hasn't been confirmed, there has been a number of teasers and indications from the developers that they at least want to give it a try in the future. Back in August of 2022, Mike Spano of Squanch Games was asked if the game was the start of a franchise, to which he responded, "I really hope so. We have to see what kind of audience we can build, but if people actually respond to it and it sells well enough, I absolutely want to keep building on it." He even called High on Life the studio's baby, and that they hid a sequel Easter egg somewhere in the game. Now, with how insanely successful High on Life was, I think it makes it more than eligible for a follow-up game, especially whenever you consider the criteria by the developers themselves in this pre-release interview. This world was super creative, love it or hate it, and there are millions of directions that the team could take it just next. Now, I feel like we should address the elephant in the room. Justin Roiland, the studio's founder and main creative head, who recently resigned from Squanch Games following him being charged with domestic abuse. While the studio claimed that they plan on continuing without him, it does seem to make the potential of a sequel less likely now that the main driving force is gone. It's also worth noting that Squanch Games have never made a sequel, but that doesn't mean that there's never been a good time to try. Some studios like trying new things with every project, but then again, High on Life was a bigger success than anything the studio had worked on previously, so there is certainly incentive to keep that train chugging. Plus, Microsoft have made their interest in the studio rather clear, giving High on Life tons of free publicity through Xbox Game Pass and being a major driving factor on the Xbox console. So while Roiland may be gone and the studio may be feeling a little bit directionless, Microsoft may be willing to put up some money and manpower necessary to get the sequel into production as soon as possible. But what do you guys think about all this? Do you think High on Life sequel is actually in the works? Given how long games take to develop these days, I'm guessing we'll get some kind of confirmation that High on Life 2 is in development at the next major Xbox event, or at least sometime down the line, perhaps during their summer showcase. Regardless, when the sequel is announced, I'm guessing it will drop roughly 2 years after the launch of the original, so sometime around 2024 or mid to 2025. A game like this really is going to take as long to make as other AAA titles, but it's still not going to be a small project, especially if Squanch Games wants to make it bigger and better than the first. So that's our official VGL prediction, an announcement sometime in the next year or two, and then a launch around 2025 or even 2026. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Did you like the game High on Life? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel with your notifications turned on, and until next time, this has been Wes from VGL, and I'll talk to you guys again soon.